Our defense forces are based on the principle of a reserve army. Reserve units form the main part of our defense forces. Such a reserve army is the only possible form of national defense for a country with limited human and economic resources, as during peacetime the country does not support large defense forces. However, in the case of a crisis, all citizens can be mobilized to defend our homeland. The main task of the defense forces of Estonia are armed resistance to the aggressors and help of the civilian population, as well as providing information to the international community of the aggression, ensuring military training and readiness of the units of the defense forces and reserve, and participating in international security cooperation and provision of help during natural disasters, epidemics, and major technological accidents. The largest arm of our defense forces is the Army, which has the main role in the protection of the territory of Estonia. The commander of the Army commands the staff and military units, whose task during peacetime is training of the reserve. Infantry training centers belong in the training and administrative field of the Army. Calls to military service in the defense forces of Estonia are held 4 times a year. Conscripts who serve an 11-month service are called to service with a preliminary call. They will become specialists, non-commissioned officers, and reserve platoon commanders. Rank of unit will be trained during 8 months on the basis of a main call. The objective of the military service is the training of reserve units needed for the defense of Estonia and the establishment of preconditions for employment of professional members of the defense forces. The service covers acquirement of basic knowledge of national defense and study to act as one team. After the end of military service, the fulfillment of national defense obligation will continue as a reservist of the unit or professional member of the defense forces. The Combat Support Units Training Center, Tapa Training Center, was formed on February 1st, 2003 and includes the Artillery Battalion, Air Defense Battalion, Engineer Battalion, Central Training Area of Estonian Defense Forces, and Logistics Center. The emblem of the training center of the Combat Supports Unit Training Center Tapa Training Center is a red shield with a golden eagle bearing a silver forked cross. On the cross there is a black sword with the blade pointed upwards. On the top of the part sector of the shield there is a golden star with 8 points. The star is the symbol of light and education. The sword denotes the defense forces. The forked cross with 3 branches symbolizes the main task of the military unit, to prepare the members of the military forces of the 3 different arms types: artillerymen, pioneers, and air defense forces. The forked cross also refers to the location of the military unit in central Estonia, the city of Tapa situated at the crossing of roads. The first cornerstone in the training center was laid on November 30th, 2000. Currently, the center has 3 barracks, a training and staff building meeting NATO standards, a hospital, canteen, boiler house, and the other necessary facilities. The new barracks have modern living rooms, contemporary training classrooms, computers with internet connection, and every platoon has a sauna. It is the first training center covering different types of arms and specialty schools.
Tapa väljaõppekeskuse moodustamisel põhiline eesmärk oli tuua kõik maaväe relvaliigid ühte kohta, ühtlustada relvaliikide väljaõppe, käivitada tehnikakoolid. Tänaseks see on saavutatud. Aga ma ei tahaks öelda, et Tapa väljaõppekeskus on valmis. Kõik püstitatud ülesanned on tehtud. Ma loodan, et kui me jätkame samas vaimus, siis aastaks 2008 meie Tapa väljaõppekeskus töötab 100%.
The eagle on the emblem of the Air Defense Battalion symbolizes the guarding and rule of airspace, and 3 arrows represent force, direction, and speed. During the formation of the Tapa Training Center in 2002, the Air Defense Battalion was annexed to it. Until the end of 2003, the military unit was located in Tallinn. Since the beginning of 2004, the Air Defense Battalion has been located in Tapa. The Air Defense Battalion is a combat support unit whose military task is to protect maneuvering and combat support units and objects from air attacks, missile attacks and observations from air, and give preliminary warning to units about air attacks. The peacetime tasks of the Air Defense Battalion are training of reserve units of the Infantry Brigade, implementation of new arms systems, and training of officers and non-commissioned officers of the specialty of air defense. The main weapons of the Air Defense Battalion are 23mm anti-aircraft guns Zu-23, which can ensure extremely intense and lethal fire to targets located at a distance of up to 2 kilometers. These guns have 2 barrels. The launching speed of the shell is almost 1,000 meters per second, and they are able to fire up to 2,000 shots per minute. The gun is operated by a team of 7 members. The Zu-23 efficiently destroys moving objects in the air as well as on land and water. The gun team will train handling of the gun in various possible situations, such as in the case of land and air ambush, as well as operation and handling of portable anti-tank weapons. The gun team also studies shooting on a gun simulator, which is practically as efficient as shooting with a real gun. Artillerymen also study communication and orientation in cardinal points in order to set up the gun in position in the right direction. They must also be able to sketch the scenery scheme quickly and find directions in nature.
Hea õhutõrjeja isikuomadused on täpsed silmad, selge meel, reageerimisoskus ja samuti enda keha, käte ja jalgade koordineerimisoskus, et tulla toime õhutõrjekahuri suunamiseks sihtmärgile.
The black color on the emblem of the artillery battalion symbolizes destruction, but also fearlessness. The red color symbolizes fire and war, but also danger. The number 1 written on a cannonball marks the 1st Artillery Group, which is the predecessor of the current artillery battalion. In 1998, the Republic of Finland donated 105mm howitzers to Estonia. On March 30th, 1998, the government of the Republic of Estonia ordered the Ministry of Defense to reform the Northern Single Infantry Battalion located in Lääne-Viru County, Tapa military base, into the Artillery Battalion. 3 years later, the city governments of Tapa and Narva donated the flag to the Artillery Battalion. The Artillery Battalion is a unit with the size of a battalion, whose military task is to support combat activities of infantry units with indirect fire within the limits of the responsibility of the field of the brigade. The artillery also deals with the collection and processing of meteorological information and its distribution to other services. It also supports intelligence of the brigade in the field of acoustic reconnaissance.
Rahuajal meie sõrtikaväegrupis õpetame välja aegteenijaid ja anname sõrtikavalasse väljaõppe ohvitseridele ja allohvitseridele. Ja muidugi tegeleme sõrtikaväe relvalike arendamisega. Sõja ajal toetame kaudtulega jalaväeüksusi.
The conscripts in the artillery battalion are trained on 105 and 155mm howitzers. The team of an 105mm howitzer includes 8 persons and is able to fire shells weighing 15.5 kilograms up to 13 kilograms with a speed of 6 shots per minute. The fire reach of a 155mm howitzer is 24 to 35 kilometers, shell weight 45 kilograms, and can fire up to 6 shots per minute. A 155mm howitzer is able to fire various ammunition depending on the set fire task. The size of the team is 8 persons. The lion with shield and sword on the emblem of the Engineer Battalion symbolizes courage and a firm will to protect the homeland. The letter P on the shield refers to the engineer unit. The castle symbolizes building and fortification. The wreath of oak leaves denotes consensus. The word pioneer stems from Old French language, where the word peon meant infantryman. Today, pioneer means pathfinder, a soldier of engineering units, and sapper. The tasks of engineers are obstruction, ensuring mobility, and improvement of survival ability. Obstruction will redirect, hinder or stop movement or maneuvers of units and combat machines of the enemy. Both natural obstructions, bodies of water and hills, as well as artificial ones, minefields and anti-tank ditches are used. The movement of military units and combat machines is ensured by constructing, repairing or maintaining roads, constructing and repairing bridges, clearing minefields, and establishing passages through obstructions. The objective of the improvement of survival ability is to strengthen and preserve the combat ability of the single combatant as well as the whole unit by establishing trenches, constructing gun sites, and bunkers. One special feature of the activity of the Engineer Battalion is the operation of a mine clearance unit composed of regular members of the Defence Forces. This unit has been formed with the aim of fulfilling mine clearance tasks during international operations. The main task of the mine clearance experts of the unit is to destroy unexploded explosives and ammunition. Their qualifications enable them to detect and defuse all industrially manufactured explosives used for military purposes.
Praegu töötame pioneeriva pataljonis projekti kallal, mis võimaldab demineerijad viia lähitulevikus tasemeni, et nad saaksid kahjutuks teha improviseeritud lõhkekehi ja samuti aatomi ja keemilist ründeainet sisaldavaid lõhkekehi.
Members of the Defence Forces of Estonia who have participated in missions have received very high acknowledgement from NATO partners as outstanding specialists in their field. The task of the Logistics Centre is to ensure logistic support to the staff, units, and institutions. The Logistics Centre includes the administrative group, transport group, canteen, hospital, and warehouses. The Logistics Centre is responsible for the administration of the grounds, barracks, and sporting facilities. The canteen of Tapa Training Centre is well known in the Defence Forces for its tasty food. In addition to the conscripts and the staff of the training centre, it also provides catering to the employees of Tapa warehouses and the repair workshop of the logistics centre, and guests and participants of various training days or courses. The new hospital building with contemporary equipment was completed in 2004, which remarkably improved the working conditions of the medical staff. The pride of the hospital is the up-to-date dental care cabinet. In August 2005, the dormitory of the members of the Defence Forces of Tapa Training Centre received the Beautiful Home Award. The award appraised the beautiful surroundings of the dormitory, which is an example for the whole city of Tapa. In 2006, the chapel of Tapa Training Centre was completed, which was constructed with the support of donations and is meant for every member of the Defence Forces and conscripts, not depending on religion. Money for the construction of the chapel, costing approximately 1.5 million crowns, was received from donations from private persons as well as companies and also from abroad. The chapel, with a length of 12 meters and a width of 6 meters, will include prayer room and some ancillary premises. Also, soldiers' homes will soon be built in the Tapa Training Centre. The Tapa Training Centre includes also the central training area of the Defence Forces, planned for shooting exercises, tactical training of companies and battalions, and combat shooting. The central training area is necessary for the Defence Forces as well as for the National Defence League for the fulfillment of training plans and international military cooperation agreements. The training area is 17 kilometers in length and 3.5 to 8 kilometers wide. The central training area covers approximately 1/3 of the land of the so-called Aigviidu military training area of the former Soviet Army. A specialist in the relevant field is dealing with the monitoring and management of the environmental state, and an environmental management plan of the military training area has been drafted. Habitats of endangered and protected plant and animal species and communities have been mapped in the course of the environmental impact assessment. 3 pre-selected areas of Natura 2000 are located on the military training area, where the protected objects are dystrophic rivers and lakes. The Tapa Training Center is the first contemporary military base in Estonia. The working and living conditions are equal to the most modern military bases of NATO. Schools and military units consolidated into one structure lay the foundation for integration between units and promote cooperation. Tapa Training Center is a good place to serve for conscripts as well as professional members of the defense forces.